Warning, the following video contains spoilers from Stranger Things Seasons 1 to 4. Viewer discretion is advised.
As another victim of Vecna, he was levitated, his bones snapped, and his eyes gouged inward. Hello there, Animation Nation! My name is Travis, aka HorrorDude69, and this is Top 5. Today we'll be going over the top 5 scariest deaths in Stranger Things. So hold on to your seats, we're about to travel into the Upside Down. Man, I really hope I don't end up getting lost. Number 5, Alexi. Dr. Alexi, portrayed by Alec Utgoff, was a reoccurring character in the 3rd season of Stranger Things. Alexi was born sometime during the early 1950s and was raised in the Soviet Union. He was a Russian scientist who was forced into working on the quay beneath the Starcourt Mall. Alexi had no fluency in English and could only speak in Russian. He attempted to defect to the United States after spilling his metaphorical guts, and with his troubles now forgotten, Murray and Alexi went to the 4th of July fair. This is where Murray enlightened his new friend about the rigged carnival games and the joys of fried carnival food. At this point, Alexi is having the time of his life, smiling from ear to ear, winning games, and enjoying all the bright lights. As he excitedly makes his way back to Murray, a Russian assassin named Grigory shoots him through the giant stuffed Woody Woodpecker prize that he had just won. Murray, who saw everything from a distance, gets Alexi to a safe place and goes for help. However, when he and Joyce return, Alexi has already passed away. Although Alexi only had a brief story arc in Stranger Things, his death was still devastating. In his short time, he became a fan favorite character. His childlike excitement over cartoons, carnival games, and junk food made him innocent and lovable. Not really a scary death, but definitely one of the most heartbreaking deaths in Stranger Things so far. Alexi seemed like such a cool dude! I would have loved to play carnival games with him. What's your favorite carnival game? Let me know in the comments below. Number 4, Billy. William Billy Hargrave, portrayed by Dacre Montgomery, is a main character and antagonist in the 2nd and 3rd seasons of Stranger Things. He was the older stepbrother of Max Mayfield, who he often mistreated among others, as a result of years of abuse from his father. Eventually he became under the possession of the Mind Flayer, using him as a vessel and tool to create a large physical vessel to host the spider monster. Unlike the other Flayed, he was never integrated into the monster's body and was granted a degree of superhuman ability while acting under the Mind Flayer's command. Attempting to save him, Eleven was able to reach his humanity, causing Billy to physically hold back the monster, who ends up killing him and stabbing him in the chest. In his final words, he apologized to his stepsister. His death was covered up by the government as part of the Starcourt Mall's fire. He was a bully, sure, but when push came to shove, he rose to the occasion and saved Eleven by sacrificing his own life. We will not forget you, friend. Just wish you had more time to show us who you could be. Number 3, Bob. Bob Newby, portrayed by Sean Astin, was a main character in Stranger Things being introduced in the 2nd season. He was the boyfriend of Joyce Byers and worked as the manager at that town's local Radio Shack. In October of 1984, Bob and Joyce were infatuated with one another. Bob saw a future with her and her sons, so he suggested moving out of Hawkins to start over somewhere else. However, his plan was delayed when Joyce's son, Will, began having memory issues and seizures, this relating to a tunnel slowly growing in Hawkins. While tending to Will at the Hawkins National Lab, strange dog-like creatures from the tunnel known as demo dogs began attacking the lab, trapping the Byers and others inside. Using his computer skills to turn off the security system, Bob helped Joyce and the others escape, but was unfortunately mauled right in front of her by a juvenile Demogorgon. Such a shame, Bob was a sweetheart. I wish he was my stepdad. Anyway, I definitely wouldn't keep demo dogs as pets. They do not seem like the cuddly type. They would make great guard dogs though. Number 2, Eddie Munson. Edward Eddie Munson, portrayed by Jonathan Quinn, was a main character in Stranger Things being introduced in the 4th season. Eddie was the leader of the Hellfire Club, which was an official D&D group of Hawkins High School. He was also not only an electric guitar player in his band Corroded Coffin, but also the friend and role model of Dustin Henderson. In Chapter 9, The Piggyback, Nancy, Steve, and the rest of the Hawkins crew made an elaborate plan to take down Vecna. Part of the plan included using Eddie and Dustin as bait for the demo bats. With this plan set, Eddie jammed out to Metallica's Master of Puppets. When the plan started working, Eddie and Dustin waited inside the Upside Down's version of Eddie's trailer until the bats broke in. Then, Eddie sent Dustin through the portal to the right side up, and stayed behind to continue drawing the bats away. Eddie's efforts were heroic, but in the end, the bats got the better of him. He died in Dustin's arms in a touching moment where he made Dustin promise to look after the Hellfire Club. Man, another heartbreaking story. Badass and brutal nonetheless, but super sad. Eddie was a legend, and he will be greatly missed. Rock on, dude. Before we move on to the scariest death in Stranger Things history, let's get some honorable mentions. Chrissy Elizabeth Cunningham was a reoccurring character in Stranger Things, being introduced in Season 4. She was the head cheerleader and most popular girl at Hawkins High School. She was killed by Vecna being levitated and slammed to the ceiling as her limbs and jaw began to twist and snap before her eyes burst. Geez, that was hectic. Moving on. Fred Benson, not the one from iCarly, was also a recurring character in the 4th season of Stranger Things. He was a student at Hawkins High School and worked on the school newspaper. Fred was also killed by Vecna in a similar gruesome fashion like Christy. Patrick McKinney was another reoccurring character in the 4th season of Stranger Things. He was a talented and popular basketball player, also attending Hawkins High School when shocking events sent his life spiraling out of control. As another victim of Vecna, he was levitated, his bones snapped, and his eyes gouged inward. His death caused a gate to open at the bottom of Lover's Lake, the location of his death. Jeez, y'all! This Vecna creature seems super creepy. What's your favorite scary monster? Let me know in the comments below and we might make a video about it. Dr. Brenner was a main character in Stranger Things, appearing in the 1st and 4th seasons. Believing 11 to be the root of the issue plaguing Hawkins, the US military arrived and commenced a full-scale attack on Dr. Martin's facility. In all the chaos, the doctor was fatally wounded, later succumbing to his wounds and dying alone in the Nevada desert. Jason Carver was a reoccurring antagonist in the 4th season of Stranger Things. Jason is a rich athlete dating the most popular girl in school. As the Vecna's plot is completed, a massive surge of energy manifests, leaking vines into the world. After being knocked out by Lucas earlier, Jason came to again. He instantly realized he's unable to move as the vines grab onto him, and the energy painfully disintegrates him. And finally, all the adults and children who were consumed in the creation of the giant monster. I don't know any of their names, but rest in peace. If you're watching this right now, could you hit that like button to send some love to these poor souls? I'm sure that'd be appreciated. And finally, number 1, Barb. Barbara Holland, more commonly known as Barb, was portrayed by Shannon Purser. She was a regular, reoccurring character in the 1st season of Stranger Things. One night, Barb reluctantly agreed to drive Nancy to a party at Steve's house. At the party, in an attempt to fit in with the others, Barb attempted to shotgun a beer. However, she accidentally cut her hand in the process. Later that night, a lonely Barb now sat by the vacant pool, looked into her own reflection, and was contemplating. As she did so, blood from her wound trickled through her bandage, splashing and dissolving into the water. The Demogorgon was attracted by the scent, suddenly appearing behind her and pulling her into the Upside Down. Jonathan Byers unknowingly captured this moment on a camera as he hid nearby in the bushes. Hurt and disoriented, Barb woke up in the Upside Down's version of the pool, which was empty. Upon noticing the Demogorgon, she screamed, alerting his attention as she tried to clamber out of the pool. The Demogorgon sadistically almost let Barb escape before dragging her back into the pool and mauling her to death. Barb's death maybe wasn't the scariest in the series, but it was the first Stranger Things death that really touched me. I mean, when she died, I felt that, you know? Hashtag justice for Barb. If, like me, Barb was also one of your favorite characters, let me know in the comments below. Well, that does it for another episode of Top 5. Did you agree with this list? Did I miss your favorite death from the series? Let me know in the comments below. And lastly, if you like this video and want to see more, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your Stranger Things friends. Thanks for watching. HorrorDude69 out.